How would you describe the city's working relationship with the county and the towns?
You know, I think this is one of the biggest things that have been really blown up, that the relationship is terrible. I don't believe it is. We've had more conversations, the past 4 years especially, with the county than any other past councils. There's more of a willingness now to work together than I think there ever has been. Now again, everyone is going to protect their turf. And you cannot blame a county legislature for wanting to protect their constituents and making sure that they are getting the best deal. And the county's got to look out for their own budget and their own issues. But what needs to happen is not a room full of councilors and a room full of legislatures to be in the same room. That's like watching bumper cars. All right, what we need is the city manager. We need our chief financial officer, okay, the comptroller, and probably a representative from the city council. Yes, a representative from the city council. Okay, whether it be the mayor or one of the council members. And there needs to be consistent planned discussions with the county leaders, okay, with the county manager, with the chairman of the county legislature, okay, and probably someone from Ways and Means. The Ways and Means Committee would probably make the most sense. And there needs to be those discussions, and something needs to be hammered out. Now, again, that's where I say we come back, and going back to the tax formula, we come back with various different spreadsheets. So listen, let's look at what it would look like, what the revenue projections would look like, and whether it's water and sewer. I mean, the past water and sewer agreement was not an agreement. I mean, my opponent's saying that we're not nice enough. Listen, being nice is not going to get a contract solved. Okay, there's a difference between being firm in your convictions and being obnoxious. And what was obnoxious was that last water sewer agreement, because it put the city at risk. We still had liability. We didn't have fair representation on the board. Anyone could have been on that board if they were. How it was, the wording on it, you didn't know who would have a vote. So it wasn't a good deal for the city. Now, I could have easily said yes to that water and sewer agreement. I could have easily said yes to a lot of the different agreements, and boy, the press, it would have looked great while council's getting things done. But you know, what's happened is quite often people mistake activity for achievement. And because you get things done, it doesn't mean it's necessarily the right thing to do. And no is a very difficult thing to say in some of these contract agreements, because the city has been looked at as the bad guy. We look at the milk factory. They just wanted the city to subsidize it with water rates. My argument was, no, let's have the whole county give a special rate. Yeah, that milk factory's great. Let's have it. Let's build it. But let's have the whole county, though, pay into that rate, not just the city taxpayers. Now, my opponents, they would have gone for it. All right, they're an example of a bobblehead rubber stamp council. All right, say yes because it feels good, and say yes because, you know what, yes, hey, look, we're getting this done, and there is no argument. Council, there's supposed to be discussions, and there's supposed to be differences, and a difference in the battling of ideas. And my number one priority is, and always will be, the taxpayers of the city. All right, when I'm sitting at that desk, I'm sitting at that table, or when I'm across the table talking to someone else, from whether it's a pilot agreement, whether it's someone from the county, I'm willing to compromise, but the compromise has got to be fair.